never seen football before?
That was such a bad play.
Even I could do better than that.
No, you could not.
Have you ever held a football before?
Excuse me? I could beat all three of you any day.
Really? Let's put that to the test.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, guys. Huddle. Come on.
It's our last huddle.
Okay, we're in the home stretch. We need a touchdown or we're going to lose the game. So, Ruby, get open. And Isabella, go long.
Okay.
Break!
I got it! Oh my goodness! Yes! We won!
Actually, I hate to break it to you, but the end zone starts out of that tree right there. So you're about 5 feet short, which means that we win.
Let's go, let's go, boy.
Wait, explain something to me. If no one ever tagged Isabella, then is the play still going?
Get it! Go on.
Good morning, Newton North, and welcome to another episode of the NN Update. I'm Mauricio Riedefeld.
And I'm Sydney Winton. That was a fun football game. I think it should be a new Thanksgiving tradition.
Agreed. The quintessential Thanksgiving tradition is enjoying a big turkey dinner.
I know there are a couple turkeys in my backyard that my dad would love to see on a dinner plate.
In our first story, reporter Ben Newman went on the hunt to find out why this bird seems to flock to Newton.
A murmur in the bushes. The eastern wild turkey. It struts across the pavement. Suddenly, it hears a noise. As soon as it arrived, the turkey is gone.
While this may look like a scene straight out of a David Attenborough movie, for residents of Newton, Massachusetts, it's an everyday occurrence.
There were huge numbers. They were like all over the place. And I felt like kind of like we were being invaded by them.
There was a flock of 9 of them came in my yard yesterday.
Given turkeys' lengthy talons and large stature, reaching up to 4 feet in height, many can find it hard to share the space.
It looked like they could lash out at you. Yeah.
Once in a while, if you're driving, you have to stop and wait for the turkeys to cross the road.
One parked beside my car, and I had to get off the sidewalk to take a walk.
They strut around and like they look like they own the place, you know.
But if you're Officer Juan Garcia, one of Newton's 2 animal control officers, turkeys are just part of the daily job.
Caught a turkey with this one before. We got a lot of calls from neighbors and residents stating that they're kind of concerned for their garden or for their pets or small children.
And although residents may not expect the turkeys, they're here to stay.
All wild animals in Massachusetts are protected species, so we're kind of limited in how we could respond and what we could do. We can't trap them and relocate them simply because they're present in our areas.
Even outside of Newton, from downtown Boston to the Mass Pike, the turkeys roam free. But this wasn't always the case. In 1851, the last wild turkey in Massachusetts was hunted. For over a century, the trademark gobble of the turkeys was absent while humans developed the land they left behind.
This is an area where, unfortunately, we've built a lot of homes, a lot of apartments, a lot of buildings, so we're kind of overtaking their space that they naturally have to live.
But thanks to a team of dedicated biologists, turkeys were reintroduced in the 1970s, and their population has recovered from only 27 birds to an estimated 35,000 since. Sanctuary manager Kayla Claxton at Unity Farms in Sherburne finds turkeys to be a highlight of Massachusetts wildlife.
Oh gosh, I love their little personalities and the little noises that they make.
Not only are they endearing, but turkeys are integral to the environment.
They're really an important prey for foxes and coyotes and these animals that we don't want going through our trash and we don't want eating our pets.
Many Newton residents have also found an appreciation for the turkey.
They're kind of funny, but I think they're more amusing than anything, just to see, these gaggles of turkeys walking around the neighborhood.
Benjamin Franklin wanted to make it the national bird for a reason, so I think they're pretty cool.
As residents look towards the future with the birds, it's up to them to understand and appreciate all that these creatures have to offer.
I think there's plenty of ways that we could learn to live with them and live with them peacefully without interrupting their population, without interrupting their development and their natural cycle of life.
So as turkeys roam free once more in Massachusetts, this time, the birds are here to stay. For NNTV, this is Ben Newman.
Thanks, Ben. If you're looking for a new and delicious way to prepare your turkey dinner, head on over to Newtonville Books to browse their selection of cookbooks.
Newtonville Books is celebrating its 25th year as a staple in our community. Recently, they've entered a new chapter. Reporter Anasha has the story.
Located in the heart of Newton Center, Newtonville Books, owned by book lover Mary Cotton, is celebrating their 25th anniversary of being a community staple.
My husband and I purchased the bookstore in 2007. I had worked there as a bookseller on and off for several years and just loved it. And we were like, well, let's step in and start. And so we took over.
While Newtonville Books is widely loved by people of all ages, maintaining a successful small business comes with many challenges.
Sometimes people will say, they were like, this is 40% off on Amazon. And we'll be like, I know, I wish I could give you 40% off, but Amazon is a big corporation.
But the struggles of competing with online booksellers wouldn't be the only roadblock that Newtonville Books has had to overcome.
We're a small, cozy bookstore. We've always called ourselves a small, cozy bookstore. And now there's this global pandemic where a small, cozy bookstore is not necessarily the place you want to be.
It was up to the people of Newton to keep their bookstore alive. And through online purchases, curbside pickup, and gift certificates, they did. Like all small businesses, Newtonville Books keeps our community together and keeps the connection in this town alive. A longtime member of the community, Guna Svensson, shares just how special the bookstore is to her.
I had already retired from teaching at Needham, and I was still a very good customer, and I came all the time. And then my husband passed away about 7 years ago, and the first Christmas I was just not feeling the Christmas spirit. So I asked Mary if I could just come in. I said, I'll wrap, I'll do anything for, don't even pay me. If you don't mind, I'd like to be around people. And she said, of course. And I came and I wrapped. And then she said, you know a lot of our inventory, which I do. And she said, would you consider working here?
Guna has been working at Newtonville Books ever since, and spending time with the community has made Guna realize just how special the bookstore is to her.
We feel kind of a commitment to the store or the community of the store, and we want it to run well, and we want people to be happy when they come here. And I think it's a wonderful place. I think it's a warm place, and it is a place that is really dedicated to sharing love of reading.
So whether you're looking to buy a new book or you just want to spend time with like-minded people, Newtonville Books is an inclusive space that everyone can enjoy. And for NNTV, this is Anasha.
Go.
Thanks, Anasha. Newtonville Books makes reading accessible to everybody by also offering books in Braille.
And someone who has made learning more accessible in our school and throughout the state for all learners is Dr. David A. Ticchi. Reporter Elene got to know more about this remarkable man.
We'll copy it over in class on white line paper and in ink. So what are we going to need tomorrow in class? Pens.
Since 1971, Dr. David A. Ticchi has been a fixture in the Newton Public Schools for both his teaching and his advocacy for the visually impaired. He never allowed his disability to hold him back, and upon starting his career as an English teacher at F.A. Day, he became the first blind teacher in Massachusetts.
But it wasn't that easy because there were visual acuity laws, meaning that you had to have a certain degree of vision to teach in public school. Most administrators are reluctant to hire a blind teacher in a public school because they think that a blind teacher may not be able to supervise a class, use instructional materials. They're afraid of the reaction of the school community at large and parents and other teachers that this blind person will be equal. But Newton was open and understanding.
While interning at Day Middle School, Principal Van Seashoals called Dr. Ticchi into his office for an impromptu meeting.
And he told me that he had spoken with many of the teachers with whom I connected with this internship project. And he said there was an opening to teach 7th grade English, and he offered me a job. And I started crying. I couldn't believe it.
Exactly.
Is that all?
Right, that's all you have to do there. Notice where they're put. Now, it's going to be hard to notice where the illustrations are put when you have the children's book here closed. Open it up and look at it.
He still had to get creative in managing his classroom, since many were concerned with his ability to discipline students who might take advantage of him.
The response to that was cheating was alive and well long before there were blind teachers in schools. And ultimately, a teacher has to earn the students' respect, and you don't need 20/20 vision to be respected. So we talked about it, and we developed an honor system. There were instances when I gave quizzes, I'd go down to the teacher's room and get a cup of coffee. And the teachers would say to me, "What are you doing here? Don't you have a class?" I said, "Yeah, but they're taking a test." And they said, "They're taking a test and you're here?" And I said, "Yeah. It's all about doing the right thing if no one's watching, and no one will ever know."
Dr. Ticchi's whole life has been about surprising people by accomplishing more than expected. This includes creating a walk that fundraises for the National Federation of the Blind. Current President Cher Winton has witnessed his impact on the lives he's touched.
He's a mentor in many areas of life in general. He's done so much in regards to teaching at a high school where he's not teaching only other blind students.
In 2019, the Federation renamed the walk the David A. Ticchi Walk.
And we just wanted to honor that and let people know that he is the reason this walk exists, and much of the reason that the NFB of Massachusetts is what it is today.
More tears. I was just really touched and flattered by that. And, I mean, it's an honor because it's quite an organization. To have basically your peers do that honor in your name is quite a compliment. So I was very deeply touched.
Despite living a decorated life, Dr. Ticchi remains humble and believes that he has been deeply blessed.
Ultimately, when I pass on, I don't believe God is going to read my resume. I ultimately believe Jesus is going to judge me on my serving Him and serving other people, and to be kind and to love my neighbor.
With no plans of slowing down, Dr. Ticchi continues to serve our community with a vision most sighted people may never possess. For NNTV, this is Elena Arashidze.
Thanks, Elena. Dr. Ticchi is such an inspiration. While he doesn't want to brag about his resume, it certainly should be applauded.
That's right. In 1996, he was chosen as a community hero to carry the Olympic flame in the Olympic torture relay. In 1998, he was awarded Blind Teacher of the Year by the National Federation of the Blind.
And in 2003, he was awarded the Massachusetts Governor's Award for Community Service. And in 2004, he received the Understanding Our Differences Leadership Award in Newton.
In his role as state president of National Federation of the Blind, he teamed up with the Attorney General's office to force iOS systems to become more accessible to the visually impaired community.
This resulted in the creation of Siri and other accessibility technology. We all owe a debt of gratitude to Dr. Ticchi and all he has done for our community and for our school.
Lastly, reporter Anasha Kaskar asked Newton North students and faculty what they're grateful for this year.
With Thanksgiving on the horizon, we wanted to ask members of the North community what they were grateful for. What are you thankful for this year?
I'm thankful for my friends, my family, and my life.
This year, I'm grateful for the lovely weather that we're having.
I am thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my family's health, and every day on this earth.
I'm really grateful for my friends and being able to spend time with them. It's a basic answer, but I love them a lot.
I'm grateful for a lot. The school community here at Newton North, great athletic community here, our great coaches and student athletes, my own family. Always grateful for my wife and my kids, and just thankful for good health.
My family and my friends.
I'm thankful for my friends. They've gotten me through a lot.
I'm definitely grateful for my family. We're adding one more to the bunch, so I'm grateful for my husband, my daughter, and my soon-to-be baby boy. and just my extended family, and I'm grateful for all the little things like a home to live in, food on my table, safety, and I'm grateful to work here too.
I'm grateful for this amazing community. I am grateful that I get to come to work every day and see a lot of smiling students. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful that the sun is out today.
It's amazing to see the appreciation in our community. For NNTV, this is Anasha Kaskar.
I'm thankful for TV, media, arts, and my classmates. What about you, Mauricio?
Gotta say, I'm grateful that Ben Asher and I beat you in that football game.
Yeah, right. That's all for this episode.
If you have your own stories to share, DM us on Instagram at Newton North TV. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
From the NNTV crew, we're wishing you a happy Thanksgiving and a relaxing school break. See you next time.